Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome
Fuck
to
you,
Tuck
Al.
Rule Takes episode. Starting off with anger. We're starting episode 70, the Logan Mankins episode. Thank you, Liam. Al and I could
Hey,
not think of
man.
a Patriots player number 70. It's a shame
Sickening.
that we didn't think of Logan Mankins. He is
Yeah, that's
a
bad.
legend of the early dynasties. But this episode 70, Mike, Al, Liam, we're here. We got a nice little draft today talking about the top 5 players you wouldn't believe were Patriots. You can't believe they were Patriots, just kind of along those lines. But we have some actual Patriots news to talk about, not just speculation, not just rumors and stuff. One of the Patriots who we thought were going to retire is coming back. Matthew Slater signed I got it pulled up here, 1 year, 2.6, a bunch of other number, $1 million deal, cap hit of only 1.3. I love it. I love it. There's really nothing else to, I feel like there's no other take to have on this other than that's a great signing, right? I don't know what else you can say.
Across the board, we keep him, baby.
Yeah.
All we wanted was one more year from him and McCourty.
Mhm.
We're halfway done.
Yep.
There is another take.
I
refuse
saw
to believe it.
I saw someone say, and it wasn't a take because it's just like one person I saw say there was a waste of a roster spot. I was like, you're an idiot.
Oh, no.
But Al, what is your take?
I personally love Matthew Slater coming back to the Patriots for the reasons you guys said. Patriot through and through, multiple time Pro Bowler, double digit years in a row where he's had double digit tackles on special teams, which is great. So he's productive.
Mhm.
The other point that you can make is you didn't have his replacement ready. You don't have that guy that's ready to really step in that leadership role.
I
even
don't
just
know
on
about that.
On the
You
special
talking about
teams?
Schooler, you talking about that guy
Yeah,
Schooler on there?
my man.
I don't think he's
Come
there
on.
yet.
Brendan
Give him a
Schooler
little love
is
to
yet.
41, though.
Wait a minute. So you want the guy that gave Bill Belichick a football and Belichick looked at him like he was an alien. You want that
Yes.
guy? You
That's
want
the
that
guy
guy
I want.
at the special teams?
I
You guys are
mean,
not-
like,
no,
yeah,
but
let's pick
that's-
out an awkward moment
that's-
is he performed well.
that's the opposite side of it. But overall, you want to improve the special teams, bring back a guy that can play special teams, and then bring that leadership back into the locker room and bring back just the Patriot way. It sounds cliche, but bring back the Patriot way, especially when you have the offensive coordinator, you have the O-line coach, you have one of your captains back. Now keep going. It's a marathon. What's the expression? It's a marathon, not a race.
It's not a
Marathon,
sprint.
not a sprint.
marathon.
A marathon is a race, Al. Marathon
Okay,
is
there
a
you go.
race.
So it's not a marathon.
Marathon,
You know,
not a sprint.
Clearly, Al doesn't do much running.
I don't. That's why I was the
like-
slowest D3 college baseball player in the world.
I don't sprint or marathon, guys.
Big
I do
Bobby
not
wasn't
sprint
fast either.
But yeah, I mean, the Patriots still have, I think, just under $34 million to spend as we sit right now. So like, you could have, his cap hit could have been 3 million, 4 million. I would have been like, it makes sense because he brings more than just the on-field play. Like you said, Al, it's the Patriot way, the leadership behind the scenes. I mean, you can't really put a price on that. And I think $1.3 million of a cap hit is tremendous.
Yeah.
So
I mean, realistically, the fans would have been willing to pay whatever, but we know Bill Belichick and the Patriots were going to be like, hey, it's going to be a small deal. Hang around for as long as you want, but you're not getting anything big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And probably each year it would get less and less, but they would continue to sign him for as long as he wants, as long as he's willing. And this, like you guys said, bridges the gap here. Old dynasty, hopefully the new dynasty. Anything that we can keep that stereotypical, the so mystical Patriot way, as long as we can keep players like that in-house right now to try and teach the next span of Patriots players, we eat that shit up.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Give him the old, I think I mentioned this before, give him the old Tim Wakefield deal where it's just a year and then an option for next year, every single year. So now just sign Devin McCourty, and which seems like he might be leaning more towards retirement, but I don't even want to put that out I don't even want to speak on that too much. We'll just see what happens there. But so other than the Slater news, there was controversial topic. Al, you want to throw it out there? Not really controversial for people outside of New England, but inside New England. Burt Breer's opening his mouth again. Al, what's he saying?
He's saying that there are rumblings inside the Patriots organization that said that they might be willing to listen to trade offers for quarterback Mac Jones. And there's, quote, not a sizable gap between quarterbacks Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. So I'll give my take really quick on this because I know where you two stand. It's very clear. I want Mac Jones here. I really do. However, if the offer blows you away, and I'm saying it has to blow you away, like we're talking like 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and maybe like an NFL ready player that's going to make a difference, like that type of deal. Yeah. Otherwise, if it's just like 1 pick, like maybe like a second, like I'm not going to do that. Why are you going to get rid of a guy that had a great rookie year, that had to deal with all the circumstances in his second year that a lot of quarterbacks probably would not be able to handle? Maybe not, lash out as much, but that's another story. Mm-hmm. And then year 3, you have an actual offensive coordinator. We're not saying that Bill O'Brien's going to be, the greatest offensive coordinator ever, but he's a good offensive coordinator.
Destroyer of worlds for defenses, but
that's all you need. You need a guy that's going to come in and it's going to actually call the right formations and call good offensive plays. So with all that considered, like I've said, and I'm going to stick with this take, give Mac Jones the 3rd year. If he struggles this year, then the conversation can start about maybe moving on and looking in a different direction. But only at that point. And if he has a great year, you pick up his 5th year option and you go from there.
I agree with that. Liam, you give your thoughts because I have thoughts too, obviously. But what are you thinking of this?
Well, my thoughts are going to tie into your thoughts here because how long are we going to go on with this charade? I thought we were out of the woods. Mike, I could have swore we were out of the woods here. Nope. No, apparently not. I thought we had been traveling through the desert for some long, long time. We finally found a puddle of water that we can drink from. Now we get up to the puddle and it's a mirage. This shit just keeps on creeping back. We keep hearing about this. I'm glad there was that 8-week period during the season that it stopped so I could actually enjoy Mac Jones' play. But like you said, unless it's an earth-shattering, groundbreaking offer where we're getting multiple picks in some NBA caliber loadout trade where they're just throwing us assets for one singular player in Mac Jones, yeah, I'd probably do it then. But realistically, what team would want to do that? Most teams already have a franchise quarterback. The 49ers have 18 of them. Most teams aren't willing to give up all that for a player, even teams that are questionable with their quarterback. The Cardinals probably aren't psyched with Kyler, but they're locked into him financially. The Browns might not be psyched with Bill Cosby at quarterback, but they're locked into it. Like a lot of these teams, if they're not super psyched, they probably still have assets and money tied into these guys. There are rookies like Trevor Lawrence who had shining moments. No team is in dire need where they would be able to offer the Patriots such an enticing deal. And I feel like Patriots fans are just waiting for the next, great Tom Brady. Like the next great guy's on the horizon. Mac Jones hasn't blown us away. We can make a move. We got to make a move right now. The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
He's not coming. The next Tom Brady is not coming.
Like, exactly. Ever. The next Tom Brady is more athletic and he's in Kansas City. There. Shut the fuck up. And he's never leaving. He has a 10-year contract. Don't worry about it. There is never going to be another, end of the draft, unathletic dude who comes in and slings and wins 7 Super Bowls. That's just unrealistic. But we demand greatness. I get it. If we're not winning a championship, we're not happy. I like it. I like the mentality, but it just completely works against Mac Jones, unfortunately, when he's with this organization. And I'm one of the few people, and I know Mike's with me, that feel bad for Mac. We're like, Jesus Christ, the 6 Super Bowls we won go completely against this guy when he doesn't blow teams away in his first 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, my main thing, it's not even, it goes back to, I think it was when, forget who reported it, where it was like, Robert Kraft has told Belichick that, he's not happy with the team. It's like, it's this reporting that doesn't even need to be reported. So Breer's main thing is if the right deal comes along, the Patriots might move on from Mac Jones. Well, no fucking shit. If the deal, like you said, Al, 2 first, 2 second, move on from him. If someone's going to give it would kill me and I would still be upset about it, but I would get it. I don't understand this. It's because it's not. It's not reporting. It's not doing your job. It's trying to just throw things out there to stir the pot of the fan base. Because
create
after
a
that,
story.
exactly. Because after that sentence, every other thing Breer says. Because I read the thing. It's I think internally they don't see or they see Mac Jones and Zappe close. I think that all the stuff, Mac Jones's outbursts, which by the way, outbursts, I'm going to talk about that in a second. I think that Mac Jones's outbursts have rubbed his coaches the wrong way. I think this, I think that. You don't know shit. You have no sources in there, and if you do, they're not
speculating Mac's attitude. Yeah. It's like, dude,
which I get that as a reporter, you do have to speculate and, try to like piece things together and all that, but you're piecing together things that don't need to be pieced together. Like, obviously, if the right deal came along, every single player on the team, every single New England Patriot, if the right deal came along, could be traded. There is not a single person whoever you want to put on there, that person would be traded if the right deal came along. Bill Belichick would be traded if someone blew Kraft away with a certain deal.
Bill would trade himself for 3 first-round
Bill
picks.
would trade away Robert Kraft for the right type of deal.
100%.
So it's just like, I don't get it. And then you keep talking about these outbursts, which are funny to me because now I think I see what people are like, what Cam Newton fans or what Lamar Jackson fans or what certain fans have said. Why is it when Tom Brady does it, it's not an outburst, it's passion. When Mac Jones does it, when Josh Allen does it, and I hate Josh Allen, but still, when he does it, when anyone else does it, it's, outburst, they're upset, this and that. You can't just be passionate about things. But so it's all frustrating. No shit, Breer. If the right deal came along, the Patriots would deal Mac Jones. Everything else you said, the way I see it, nonsense. Because if Bill Belichick saw Mac Jones and Bailey Zappe as right around that same thing, don't you think last year maybe he would have put Zappe in the game and kept him in the game after Mac Jones kind of started to stumble a little bit down the stretch, regardless if you think it was because of the offense or the weapons or whatever. So if they saw Bailey Zappe as a eerily similar person where they can just plug and play and take out Mac and put him in, they probably would have put Zappe in more last year than just when Mac Jones was hurt. So you see these things and I get this, the off season, it's slow. You are still trying to do your job, which is fine, but it gets tiring to me. Al, what were you going to say? Sorry, I know that I kind of cut you off.
No, that's okay. To your point, Mike, you guys remember that clip on Facebook Twitter, where you see Tom Brady and Bill O'Brien literally screaming at each other. Shouting match.
With Taekwon Underwood is standing right there too, next to it.
Good old awkwardly in the middle.
Belichick has to come in and break it up. So to your point, if we're going to allow the superstar quarterbacks to have their, outbursts on the sideline and get frustrated when they make a bad play or if something's not going right, you have to allow the mid quarterbacks, the mediocre quarterbacks, and the bad quarterbacks to do the same thing. If you're going to call it all passion, fine. You're going to call it all being a baby, fine. But keep it consistent. It can't be one case is one, and then another case you call it something completely different. You can't do it.
I agree.
Yeah,
Bill Belichick
I didn't see Mac Jones
spike
any iPads recently.
No, he didn't. I mean, that was Tom Brady. Shit, Bill Belichick has spiked more iPads recently than Mac Jones. Bill Belichick's sitting there saying he likes the fight-stirring practice. So, you think he's really going to get his panties in a tizzy about
like
Mac
we said
Jones
last show, he traded
upset?
for Rodney Harrison, was psyched that he started a fight in practice. Bill's like, excellent.
Yeah, and I mean, again, obviously, you got to be punished for it because you don't want fights all the time. But it's it's not one of those things that's going to make you trade away a player. It's just great, love the passion, still got to punish you a little bit for it, but whatever. So yeah, I like that report to me was it was just like, well, yeah. No shit if someone came with, the right deal or whatever. It's when people start saying if they want to trade away him because they wanted to start Derek fucking Carr, that's where I'm like, okay, what are we doing here? You're not gonna trade, regardless of what you think the talent level at this moment between Mac Jones and Derek Carr is. You're not gonna trade away a young quarterback on his rookie deal for Derek Carr. You're just not going to do it. You're going to see what you have with Mac Jones and then just bite the bullet in a year or two if you have to. You're not going to trade away and then bring in Derek Carr and have him. You're just not going to do it. So that whole thing is weird too. But I don't.
Also, hypothetical, if anyone could, obviously, without money, say like this is just like a video game, would you choose Derek Carr or Mac Jones?
To me,
Look
it's
at
not.
Al thinking really hard about it.
I don't like Derek Carr. I think he panics way too much. And sure, Mac Jones has too. Yeah, he's a rookie playing behind a shit offensive line with a shit offense last year. So I'm not going to really look at that. But I'm going to look at more when the offense was protecting for him. And Mac Jones did actually kind of roll out and keep plays alive. But no, I'm picking Mac Jones. I don't get the hype over Derek Carr. Like, don't get me wrong, he has talent. Like, I mean, you can see it. Like
he's clutch.
He makes good throws. He does. He to me, he's like a lesser version of. I mean, he's like a lesser version of Ryan Fitzpatrick to me. Which and that's not even a slight on either guy, because I think Fitzpatrick, Fitz magic. He can do it every once in a while. But what happens with Ryan Fitzpatrick? You sign him on your team. He has like a good 6 games, and then he kind of starts to suck. And like Derek Carr, I don't even think he puts on great stretches. I think it's just he'll have a couple good games. There's no like extended period, I guess.
It's like he'll go for a game-winning drive after he threw 2 picks in the first quarter, and you're like, sure, you won the game.
Yeah, but like, a lot of things have to happen. Al, I think who would you take, Derek Carr or Mac Jones?
I'll take Mac, and the reason I'm going to take Mac is because
shocked.
He's young enough where he still can develop the mental side of it.
Thing.
Like he can still break down the game. Derek Carr will lose you football games. Mac Jones right now will not lose you football games. In fact, there are 3 drives in the last 2 years where he should have had the football game won for him. The Miami opening game in 2021, the Tampa home game, Brady's return in 2021, and then the Cincinnati game last year in 2022. Let him down the field, fumble, missed field goal, fumble. Those are 3 drives that if it goes the other way and the Patriots win, we're talking about, okay, Mac Jones can maybe lead you down and maybe win you a game or 2. But for right now, give me the guy that's not going to turn the ball over. Give me the guy that's going to make smart decisions for the most part. I'll take Mac. And you hope that he really excels in year 3 and makes it a blow away argument.
Yep, I agree. So, I mean, I
believe.
think, we're all kind of thinking the same thing right now. Year 3. This is really and I hate to say prove it year because it sounds so cliche and stupid.
No, but
it
is. It's a prove it year.
Kind of is. Yeah. You got to see what he's got. I mean, barring any crazy injuries, and we've said this numerous times, barring any crazy injuries to the line or the offense or Mac Jones himself, like this is the year. He's got to go out there and prove it. What does that look like? I don't know right now. We'll talk more about it as we get closer to the regular season. But he's gotta prove it to like himself, the fans, and probably the coaching staff too, because they're looking at it too. Like they're not stupid. It's kind of. I mean,
we're gonna be very critical of Mac coming out.
Absolutely.
Especially if they do kind of really load up the offense. Regardless of what they do with the offense, we're still going to be a little bit more critical than we normally would be of Mac himself. But it's now if they get him like T. Higgins or DeAndre Hopkins, and they get him,
pressure's on.
Then things are the hot seat is going to be heated up a little bit. But yeah, I figured we should have touched on that because it does have to do with the Patriots. So, all that. So, last thing, I did see this before we jumped on. Pro Football Focus presented a potential trade that they believe would get T. Higgins. Would you give up a first and a 4th for T. Higgins?
Absolutely. And twice on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Stupid
question. I actually have something real quick. A hypothetical for you guys. This will be real quick. I'm going to name 4 wide receivers. You have to pick one for the Patriots next year that you would want. DeAndre Hopkins, Deebo Samuel, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks. You got to pick one.
I mean, if I had my druthers, it's Deebo. All day it's Deebo. I fucking love Deebo.
I agree with you.
He is Kendrick Bourne on steroids, but he's also a very good receiver. So I would take him. I love Deebo. That might be a biased thing, but I'd take him.
Okay.
This is brutal because DeAndre is old, Keenan Allen's old. Debo's the youngest.
Injuries with Keenan
and
Allen. Yep.
Brandon Cooks is like in that range where wide receivers start to become ineffective.
He's
Although
only
he showed
29, which is crazy.
Yeah, so like
he's been around
30,
forever.
30 is when
which
the
is like
drop-off
kind of old for a receiver, but it's young for how old I thought he would be. Yeah.
I don't like Debo's injury history, and especially if he went to the Patriots, he'd be carrying the offense for the most part. He'd be running the ball as well as catching passes. So he'd end up getting hurt. I got to go with Keenan Allen. I love Keenan Allen. Always have.
I don't hate it. He's amazing.
He is. His route running's flawless. The hands are immaculate. He can play on the inside and the outside. And he last year was really his first like actually injury-ridden season. If he gets hurt 2 seasons in a row, there's egg on my face. But I take Keenan Allen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. Honestly, I'd be happy with any of them. I love Brandon Cooks. So, I mean, I think he's just, you can just pencil in 1,000 yards if you get him. So,
easily. And he was going to be my second option just because I adore him.
Yep. But no, I like that, though. I think it's going to be, I feel like we're getting into the time now where we're going to start to hear teams are getting involved with other players, or certain teams are looking to move on from other players. Now that the Super Bowls, getting a couple weeks out and everything, I feel like, I hope that we're going to start getting a little bit more stuff. So I'm pumped about that. But I am ready. I think we are ready to get into our draft. Sound about right? Right.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. So without further ado, Al, it's on you, baby. Number 1 pick, 1 of 1. Who you got?
All right. So I got it down to 2 options. One I really, really like, and the other one's to spite Liam. The other one is strictly to spite Liam. So do I take a chance here, or do I play it smart and then I know that Liam's going to take him? Because what's the order? Me, Mike, Liam, or is it me, Liam, Mike?
I'm the third.
Liam gets back-to-back picks. Yeah. Spite Liam, man.
Okay.
Let's get spicy.
All right, I'm going to spite Liam.
Honestly, I don't have a guaranteed first pick, so I'd be as surprised as you would be.
I am going to spite Liam here, and I am going to take Cam Newton first overall. I'm taking Cameron Jarrell Newton.
Good one.
Number 1 overall. Can't believe he was a Patriot. 1 season in 2020. The bridge quarterback between the greatest of all time and hopefully a future, I don't want to say a future Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
All Pro. There you go.
Future
All
Pro
player.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe it because when he signed in June of 2020, you were like, wow.
Crazy.
And I was like,
crazy.
I was like, why did they sign him? But regardless, Cam Newton for 1 year. Can't believe that he was actually a New England Patriot. So give me Cam Newton first overall.
Liam, your face brings confusion. Al, that is, to me, like in my lifetime, I don't know if I would have picked him 1. He's on my list, obviously, but that is one of those guys where like people obviously still remember that he's, because there's some on this list where it's like, I don't even remember that he was a Patriot, whether it was just because it was so recent or because it is Cam Newton. That is one of them, though, where you're like 10, 20 years from now, you'll be like, yeah, do you remember Cam Newton got signed? Remember COVID? Yeah, that was Cam. Cam was around there. Remember when he led the Patriots to a shitty season? Remember that? Do you remember that? That's what I'll say. Liam, what's thoughts, buddy? You got a little stink face going on.
I mean, I do, because I can believe Cam was a Patriot. I don't want to be that guy to like go out on a limb here and say like I foresaw this, but I had been saying that Cam was going to go to the Patriots basically since I was prepubescent. It was one of the first words when I was out the womb. I called my dad phone and then I said Cam Newton to the Patriots, and my folks were like, "Yes, absolutely, this boy's going to be a prodigy." But yeah, no, like he wasn't even on my list because it was so recent. Like I didn't think of it, so like I feel kind of left out that you both had it. Yeah, Al, you're a fucking douchebag. That one fucking hurts. I mean, it definitely stings. I don't love it, but I wouldn't have got him anyway because I didn't think of it. Because, obviously,
Mike,
I can't believe Cam was a Patriot.
Yep.
Called me a D-bag, said it stings. That's exactly the reaction I wanted.
Yeah.
So
yep.
So I win that pick.
Oh shit. Yeah, that That sucks. I feel like I had somebody throw up in my eyes.
Hey, so I think that is one of the ones where I wanted to see what the first pick was going to be, because I wanted to see kind of where everybody's minds were for it, because there's some, like I said, I got some people on the list where it's like Cam Newton, like I just can't believe that he was here, you ended that he was a Patriot. Then there's some where it's like, I can't believe he was a Patriot because I don't even remember that he was a Patriot.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then there's some where it's like, I can't believe he was a Patriot because like of who he is. So yeah. Okay, good. So that opens the list up wider for me now. So okay.
I don't even have any quarterbacks on this list. Fuck you, Al.
Okay. That's a good one. So Cam Newton is off the board. So I could go one of two ways. I could go one where it's like, even now, even 5 years after this guy got signed for like a cup of coffee, it's like, I can't believe that he even came to the Patriots, thinking about the team that he played on beforehand, just the fact that this guy came here and then he just kind of said, and I think before the season started, for the regular season, he was like, I give up on football. I could pick, people who were Pro Bowl, all this stuff, but I think what I'm going to do it's not going to be that person. It's going to be someone different. I think who I was going to pick, but it's not going to be. Kind of going in the same vein of Al, this guy, I can't fathom that he was a Patriot given his career after the Patriots. And then just also the day before he was signed, when I still had Sully'sThoughts.blog, my last name's Sullivan, so it was Sully'sThoughts.blog.
Oh, it is. That's crazy.
I wrote an article. The article was titled, I fucking hate Antonio Brown. And the very next day, they signed him. The title of the next blog was, I love Antonio Brown, ... And I had to redact everything. I was like, I can't believe this happened. I can't, that's one of those ones to me where it's like, you look at it, and especially like at the time it was big because it was like, he talked his way out of Pittsburgh, and then Oakland, where he had the whole thing with calling, Gruden names, all this stuff.
Cracker.
A cracker. And it's like, what the, and then all of a sudden you heard rumblings, and it happened kind of instantly. It was like Antonio Brown to the New England Patriots. And it was like, are you fucking kidding me? Then there was the infamous picture with someone else who might get picked, and Edelman, and all the people on the bench, a whole thing. And one game, I think he had 4 catches, a touchdown, something yard in that game. Like,
it really did feel like a fever
first
dream
game
because it was only one game, and you're like, wow, this was sick.
And I remember I was at the Red Sox game when I was looking through Twitter. I was with my girlfriend. I look at Twitter and I just go, oh no. And she looks at me, she goes, what happened? I go, the Patriots signed Antonio Brown. This isn't good. Crazy. And then 10 days later, he gets released. He had the great game in Miami, but then he gets released. And I was like,
had the great game. And then all he had to do was not tweet or text. That's all he had to do. And then he started threatening people, and then the wheels came off. He started threatening people, posting shit on Instagram, calling police on his baby mama, calling his baby mama on the police, calling all the people, doing all the things. And then there were a lot worse things that he's accused of. And it's just, that's one of those things where it's like, remember when Antonio Brown came over for like 10 days and had a touchdown and then just dipped out real quick? Like, just insane. Antonio Brown, number one. He was on my list. I didn't know if I was going to go either the memory, can't believe they were there, or whatever, but Antonio Brown to me is the number one. I cannot believe that he was a New England Patriot, and just his life after that just solidifies that more to me. Where it's like, I can't believe that this guy who took his quit during a game, took his shirt off and ran off the field, was a Bill Belichick looked and said, I can rein him in. The one guy Belichick could not rein in. The one guy who ultimately he could not rein in for any period of time. Antonio Brown, my number one pick.
And think about that season too. That whole season was just whack.
Was that the Rams Super Bowl season?
No, that was the year after, because they blew out Miami in week 2, the Antonio Brown game.
And then they lost in the last week of the season against Miami that year.
Yep, I was at that game. They lost in the last
to the Titans,
game of the season to Miami, and then they lose to Tennessee, and then Brady leaves.
Yeah.
Like, that whole season was just like so weird.
so crazy. Belichick tried. He tried to bring in people to help out. He drafted N'Keal Harry the year before. He tried to do things to, help out Brady, but it just nothing panned out. Josh, I don't want to say his name, but there's another guy who might be on the list. Well, I'll say his name. I don't know if he will be. Josh Gordon brought him in, couldn't stay on the field because he'd like to smoke. So it's just crazy times. But yeah, Antonio Brown, can't believe he was on the team. Yeah, Liam, now you got your back-to-back picks, sir.
Well, I was actually thinking about taking Josh Gordon, but then now it's anticlimactic, so I won't. No, it's too late. I have a good backup anyway.
Okay. Well,
so
if you want him, take him. I think it's a good pick.
No, it is a good pick. Mostly because I was just so excited that Josh Gordon was on the team. I actually have a picture on my phone of getting the Twitter notification being like Josh Gordon to the Patriots. I remember getting completely naked and running through the streets. That obviously wasn't worth the excitement that I felt at the time. But I digress. Most of the guys I'm going to pick for this list are not stars or not like
okay. I see where you're going. I see where you're going with it. Yep.
But the first two that I'm going to pick are first ballot Hall of Famers, and then everything after that is just kind of fucking awesome. So I'm going to start with a guy who I would have never, ever in a million years thought was going to be on the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't get him a ring, but he did get a sack in the Super Bowl, which was pretty tight. I got to go with James Harrison.
Yeah, he's on my list.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
I thought you were
That's
going with, but he's
one.
on my list. That's a good one.
Yep. Just the 1 year, the swan song year, he did what everybody else wants to do. Go to the Patriots, win that ring, get the fuck out of there. Nick Foles put a swift dick-kicking end to that. But
Nick.
James Harrison tried, and he was so fun for that year. He was productive. Didn't play a ton of time, but when he did, he was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just loves to watch his workout videos of him playing volleyball with 200-pound medicine balls.
That's crazy that he was on the team. A Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yeah. And his stories where he's like, I hated the Patriots. I wanted to hate Tom Brady. I walked into the locker room ready to cuss everyone out. And Tom Brady's like, hey, friend, how are you? And he's like, he's a fucking sweetheart. I can't say anything bad about
to what Judon said coming over. He's like, I wanted to see what this shit was about, and I fucking love it here. It is,
so funny though, because they're similar guys. They came from angry, gritty teams. Mostly that division is just a bunch of gangsters in the fucking
great
division. They all want to kill each other.
I wrote his name down. Even as I wrote it, I was like, I still can't believe that he was on this.
It was so quick.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I forgot to put him on the list. Liam, that was a good, solid first round.
That's a great, right?
I'll give you that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
How sweet it is.
Yep.
I mean, it was one of my only slam dunks. I was like, this is a gimme.
Great one. I love that. All right, he's off the board. James Harrison to you. You, sir, snake draft right back around to you, right? Wrap around right back.
Oh, fuck. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. So no one has this guy on the list, even though he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and currently the GM for a team that just did pretty fucking good. He was on the Patriots only in the preseason. Bill offered him a full 1 year deal and said, if you don't want it, you don't have to take it, but we would love to have you on the team. You'd be playing a limited role, but we'd love to have you on for your leadership. He opted to retire.
Yeah.
Any guesses? Tell me the position that you're thinking.
Wide receiver.
No. Mike, what are you thinking?
I have no idea. I literally can't think.
The current GM for the San Francisco 49ers, John Lynch, first ballot Hall of Fame safety, goes to the Patriots in the preseason. Yeah.
Wait,
what? Great minds. Yeah. Bill offered him a deal. It was his last year. And he was like, I'm kind of done with the whole football thing.
What year was that?
2008.
Yep. I was
going to say,
that's too late.
He had just left Denver.
I remember that. I loved it. Number 47, right? If I remember correctly. Because I love John. I was like, he was crazy in Denver. He was like one of those hard hitting, loved them. Came over. I was like,
everyone forgets the Bucs. And everyone, I was gonna say he won a Super Bowl with the Bucs, was an anchor in that Bucs defense with Warren Sapp.
Had an interception 90s. That game, I think.
I think he did too.
Yeah, I mean everyone had an interception. They had 4 pick sixes.
Wow. That's
that's a great. That is. I'm gonna put
John
that
Lynch,
down,
baby.
and I'm gonna put a smiley face next to that because that's a
First
good one.
ballot Hall of Famer. Easy.
That
So then
is-
everyone else after this is going to be irrelevant on my list. But I would kill
Okay.
for just about everyone on this list.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. Shit. It's back to me. Fuck. There are. See, I don't know because I feel. See, Liam, I think you might be too off the reservation. I don't think you have many people that I have here. I feel like I'm not worried about who you're going to pick. I feel like you're going to pick some crazy fucking people. We'll have some similar people, but I do feel like Al has like some similar people.
Yeah, you know Al's going mainstream, so you got to worry about him. I'm going to pick some third string punter from 2002.
Oh, I don't have a punter, but I do have a kicker on the list. Shit. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to pick this guy because I hope he comes back to me. So the guy I'm going to pick, you know what? We'll just go because I think that this is kind of one that everybody remembers, but it's not that. Reggie Wayne. Wayne came over.
That's who I thought Liam was about to take.
He was, and that's why I was trying to trick you guys. He's the most basic pick for actually no one knows he was on the Patriots except for us. That is the most basic pick in our circles.
Arguably the most mainstream player that most fans don't even know were on. That he was on the team.
Counterintuitive statement.
How long was Reggie Wayne on the Patriots?
2
I actually want to
games.
See. Like exactly, that was it, right?
Got cut in first round of cuts. He retired, actually. He said he couldn't handle it. He said the Patriots was too tough.
Yeah. That's what he said. He ultimately retired. Yeah, he retired. But Patriots head coach Wayne offered to give back his signing bonus, but Patriots head coach Bill Belichick told him that wasn't needed. He's like, listen, man, take your money. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, he's like, you're good. Just
go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's like, keep the money and never mention that you smoked us in the 2006 playoffs and we're even.
Just crazy to me. Kind of similar to like a James Harrison or Antonio Brown coming from a rival, except this was like your biggest rival because it was Peyton Manning and the Colts just coming over. And it's just one of those things where it's like, holy shit, like this. Just like you don't expect a veteran big name, and it's like, here we go, and then fucking 2 weeks later gone. So yeah, Reggie Wayne, give me Reggie Wayne. I like.
It is
like
kind of fun to kick the tires on the idea of what it would have been like if he didn't retire. Like obviously he wouldn't have been at the top of his game. He wouldn't have been making those crazy Reggie White plays. But his last year in Indy, still had 2 touchdowns, 800 yards. 64 catches. Like he was productive enough. I can't help but think he would have, 1, 2, 3 touchdowns with the Patriots. It'd be cool to see Tom Brady to Reggie Wayne.
Because he was here in 2015, right?
Yeah.
That's when he was here. Okay.
Which I watched those entire season highlights earlier of 2015. What a squad.
Yeah. So I have I have their shit pulled up. Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Chris Harper. I just saw his name. I thought that was
that guy.
Brandon LaFell. So you got LaFell, Amendola, Edelman. You got Gronk. You got Blount back there.
Blount.
I mean, you have it. This is a good team. Dion Lewis. Of course, James White's hanging around. This is a good team. Having Reggie Wayne on that team would have been interesting. So yeah, that's a big one.
He wouldn't have got much playing time, but he wouldn't have needed it. He would have been like Dante Stallworth in 2008.
Yeah,
like they just throw him a couple touchdowns randomly, or like Jabbar Gaffney.
Exactly. But yeah, Reggie Wayne, I think easily like the most just kind of obvious pick for me. But he's off the board, Al. He's off the board. So I hope you don't take the next guy I want to pick.
Well, we'll see. So my second round pick, also a wide receiver.
Okay.
One of the most colorful wide receivers in all of NFL history.
Is that racist?
Played one season. No. That was just mean.
No, it wasn't. Don't worry.
The best route runners ever in NFL history. Was one of the best trash talkers in NFL history, too.
I know who it is. Yeah.
We're talking about a guy that had his number as his last name at one point. It is Chad Johnson.
Yep.
Chad Ochocinco.
Damn it.
Yep.
In the second round. Played in 2011. Yep. He wasn't that effective. He only had like 1 touchdown.
He had 1 touchdown against the Bills.
But let me tell you something. When everyone found out that Chad Johnson was signing with the Patriots, they're like, wow, this could be like another guy that maybe will get picked, maybe not. But and his training camp interview is legendary. When they're asking where he's going to stay, he's like, "I'm going to stay with a fan, and they have to have Xbox." That just will forever stick in my mind.
He is the best personality,
which is hilarious. So yeah, give me Chad Ochocinco in the second round.
Do you know what he had? He had 15 catches, which was 14 more than I thought he had. He had 15 catches, 276 yards, and a touchdown, like you guys said. So
he only remembers the Super Bowl catch.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
See, much like Al forgot James Harrison, I forgot Ochocinco. I thought about him like when we proposed this topic last week. I was like, Ochocinco, definitely. Mm-hmm. And then just in the span of time, completely lost it. That's, obviously.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I like that one. Al. Good one. Ochocinco off the board.
All right. So now I'm going to take a running back. Now there's two running backs. There's two running backs that I'm stuck between.
If you pick my running back, I'm burning your house down.
Two? I only have one.
You know where I live too, so that's not.
Oh no, I do have two. Okay, yeah, no, I have two. Okay.
I have 5.
Liam, you might be doing it because I'm gonna take him.
You won't be able to drive your girlfriend to the airport. You won't have a car. You won't have a house.
I'm taking him. I'm gonna take him.
I don't know if we're talking about the same person.
The suspense is killing me. Take him.
I'll kill you.
Do you know? I'll tell you what. Say the first letter, and I will honestly tell you if I'm going to take him.
What team did he play on before? Because I'll know then too.
Is it J?
It is not J. Wait, last or first?
Or his last name.
First.
Or his first name.
First?
His first letter, first name is J.
No.
Then who the fuck are you thinking of?
Played for one season in what could have been a Super Bowl year.
Yep.
After having so many good years with the Rams and good years with the Falcons. I'm talking Steven Jackson.
Oh,
Give me Steven Jackson in the third round.
Yep.
An ultimate, wow, this dude's a big bruising running back that's going to just run over everybody. Like, we were all psyched to have him. Yeah, give me Steven Jackson in the third round.
That was too mainstream for my list. I didn't put him on, but there were honestly few running backs that I love more than Steven Jackson. He was so good.
He was. I think everybody liked him.
They signed him at week 16 too, right?
Yeah, it was very late.
Yeah, he came in at the very end, and it was weird.
Scored against Miami. Scored against the Broncos too in the last game of the season when we fucking lost.
Yeah, no, when Gronk went crazy, that was that game too. Yeah. No, Steven Jackson, it's a good one.
That is a good one. Oh, I love 39.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Definitely a clap for that. That was on my list. He was higher on my list. So I'm gonna cross him off. So
yeah, he's a bad motherfucker.
Back to me. I feel like I have 2 wide receivers. Not that any of that matters, but I don't want to just keep picking wide receivers. But I have some wide receivers that I could pick. One that I don't even remember when he was on there. I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, he was, which we'll bring him up afterwards. Shit. Okay. Son of a bitch. Do offense or defense, guys? What should I go?
Defense. We're not going to tell you. No, we're not going to tell you. You got to figure it out. You're trying to win the draft.
We haven't had many offense.
All right. We'll go defense.
Or I haven't had many defense.
Kind of a big name too. So just kind of someone that I'd share. Should I go with the little name? Son of a bitch. Yeah. Fuck. I'm battling. Shit. Albert Hainsworth. That's who I'm going with. Sorry. Shit.
That's a good name. That's a great name.
Shit.
I had him on my list.
Yep.
Look at Liam's face. Look at Liam's face right now.
Hainsworth. Yep. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly when he
2011, I think. I think he was an 11 guy too.
Yeah, I know he was in the non Super Bowl years. I remember that. Or the non-winning Super Bowl years.
I forgot he was on the Patriots.
Yep. Yeah, he wasn't even here. Bust. He was not even here for a full season. He was only here for 2 or no, not 2 games, 6 games. He had 6 games. He had I'm not even gonna guess. I'm not even gonna have you guys guess. He had 3 combined tackles, 2 solo, 1 assisted, 0 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits, and that was it, gentlemen.
I remember
that was all he did.
What year was it?
2011. You're right.
Okay.
2011. That was his last year in the league. Was 2011 because after that he went to the Bucks. So
And that's a classic case of Bill picking up a guy going, this guy's lazy as shit. Maybe I can instill some work ethic in him. And it just didn't work out. I remember the exact play that got him cut from the Redskins. It was Monday Night Football. Vic goes into Landover to play Donovan McNabb. I was looking for a great matchup. Vic just skull fucked the Redskins right off the bat. And Albert Hainsworth was like, the whole touchdown, Vic drops back. He has like 20 seconds to pass, and Albert Hainsworth falls over and just lays there. Just does not get back up. Just lays there and watches Vic dance around and then throw a dart to Jason Avant. And the Redskins cut him that next week, and then the Patriots signed him a week or two later.
Lazy piece of shit.
He was incredible on the Titans, though. I used to love Albert Hainsworth.
He was great. And actually, I think I might have to amend my Antonio Brown take. Hainsworth, the only guy that Belichick couldn't get anything out of, because at least with Antonio Brown, he got a little bit of something. He just couldn't rein him in, which is good. And I don't even think you needed to rein Hainsworth. He didn't even need reins. He was too fucking lazy. It was just like trying to rein in like a lazy hippo who just sits there and does nothing. So yeah, Hainsworth,
awful.
I get him mixed up, and I feel bad for the guy I get him mixed up with.
I forgot about that.
Yep. Albert Hainsworth. That's my my third round pick. Give me him. I love him. Liam.
I assume before we go, I assume you guys have seen the video of him stomping out that offensive lineman when he was on the Titans and getting kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to bring that up too when you were talking about the play with the Redskins.
Like bleeding from his face. The poor offensive lineman's confused.
Yeah, he has no idea. Hainsworth is just a bitch. Yeah, that was crazy. 6 games, nothing. See you later. But yeah,
I have NFL Street from 2002. I pick Albert Hainsworth religiously as my defensive lineman in that game. Huge fan.
That's what he thought it was in real life. Shit.
Yeah.
But
all righty. I have so many tight ends.
Really?
I don't know what to do with. Like, I have
throw one out there.
Why not?
8. I have 8 tight ends I can choose from.
1. 2, I guess, if you want to do 2. Oh no, I got 3.
Okay, so
throw them out. Let's see who you got. Or obviously, like your pick. Don't just start listing
your
tight ends.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. The thing is, like, all right, I'm going to choose the one that I love dearly. This guy goes on the list. I have never seen somebody so fucking fat catching passes. This guy had no business running.
Oh, I know who it is. I know
ever.
Who it is.
I'm picking
Yep.
one of the coolest names. I have a bunch of cool names on here. This is probably the second coolest name. Al G. Crumpler.
Yep.
He
was on my
loved
list.
him. The best tight end to ever suit up in red, white,
the
and
biggest
blue.
tight end to ever suit up, I would say.
Far and away. He was bigger than most offensive linemen. And signed him in 2010, right before the Gronk Hernandez era took off. His last year, Gronk and Hernandez was on the team. He was third string.
Yep.
Dude had 6 receptions for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns and 10 starts in 2010, and then had even less production with Gronk and Hernandez. But he was named an offensive captain. He was a captain for the team after week 6 for the rest of the season. They were like, we fucking love you, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill has this huge speech that he gave in a post-game presser about how he loves Algie's professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously the dude caught passes from Michael Vick, so he's one of the luckiest human beings in the world to touch a football that graced the hands of God. I'll never forget Brian Dawkins decapitating him in a playoff game and Michael Vick slapping him on the ass because he was bent over in so much pain. But when L.G. Crumpler signed to the Patriots, I could cut diamonds with my nipples when I saw that he was signed. It was unbelievable. One of those moments where I'm like, the stars have aligned. I can't believe we got L.G. Crumpler. I was like, Super Bowl this year, next year, the year after. Only the year after that did we actually win, but I overshot the gun there a little bit. But I love L.G. Crumpler.
That's a good pick.
That's a pick.
That's a good pick.
Told you they're mostly obscure, but this guy's a legend.
That's definitely obscure. I can give you that.
Love him. I eat that shit up. So there's tight end number 1. Oh, I get back to back, right? All right. So I'm going to stray away from the tight ends here. I want to go with the coolest name on this list, but he doesn't deserve this spot just yet.
My headphones died again, guys. Keep talking. I can see you. I can see you.
Attaboy.
This shit happens far too much. Far
This
too
is
much.
tough. This is tough here. I am probably going to go with another extremely obscure running back. I
Back
don't
in
know
the
if
game.
you guys will know him. Okay, so now
No.
Mike's back. He can chime in.
No.
When we talked about historic games and whatnot, favorable games that we liked, this guy was on the Steelers when Drew Bledsoe beat the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl in 2001. He was their starting running back. I'm talking about famous Amos Amos Zaraway. I loved Amos Zaraway. Played 3 games for the
Who?
Patriots. Amos Zaraway?
I'm going to be very honest with you. Who the fuck is that?
You
Who?
Look
have
him up.
no idea who Amos Zaraway is?
I don't even know how
Who?
to spell his
He
name.
was incredible.
What's his last name?
Zaraway, Zereoue. Famous Amos. Guy was a monster for the Steelers, pretty good for the Raiders, and then he went to the Patriots. 3 games, 7 carries, 14 yards and a catch. Another guy like Algie Crumpler, when he was on the Patriots, I was so fired up. Another guy I pick in NFL Street all the time. Baller. Absolute baller.
What'd you say his stats were? What'd you say his stats were with the Pats?
On the Patriots in 2005, he played 3 games, mind you. 7 carries, 14 yards, 1
cool.
catch.
I just wanted to make sure you had the
7
same
yards.
thing I had here. That there was 7 rushes for. That's crazy.
Yep.
It
was an unspectacular, but he backed up Corey Dillon. Like, he wasn't going to see the fucking field.
Yeah, no, he
but
wasn't.
The fact that he was there, oh man, I love him.
You know what? That is one where I will tell you, I can't believe he was a Patriot either, Liam.
You're like, I can't believe that's a real name.
I didn't know until today that Amos Zaraway existed. That, my friend, is why he was not on my list. Safe to say, he was not on my list.
I'm surprised.
So
He was a shoo-in for me.
Zaraway. We're gonna put him. We're gonna have to spell check that last name. Tell you that much.
There's probably like a
right.
comma in there. I think he was French.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's got a little tilde over one of the things. All right. So that's your 4th round pick.
Yep. Give me a
good
Moss,
one.
baby.
That's a good one. Okay. Al, anything to say before it's my pick about Amos Zaraway?
Best pick in the draft?
I have nothing. I have
All
nothing.
right.
Clearly,
I guess I will.
You guys are supposed to be the old heads here, and how do I remember this guy? I was like 5 years old, and I had an Amos Zaraway jersey.
Oh my God. I don't listen. If you poll, I don't know, 100 people, if more than 20 Patriots fans remember or know who Amos Zaraway is, or think that's a real name, then I will eat crow. But that is
okay.
I'm not even shitting on the pick. That's an awesome pick because that's one of the ones where it's like I can't believe that he played here either. To be honest, so
you're like, I can't believe he played at all. Yeah, he's the man.
Good one.
He was so good. I was so fired up for 7 carries for 14 yards.
Yeah, I mean that
didn't work out so well, but I liked the idea. He also won a Super Bowl, so fuck you guys.
No. I mean, listen. I mean, he clearly big part of those teams. I mean, Mr. Big Z. That's what we called him.
Yep,
Big Z.
That is, even though he wasn't big.
Big Z. Well, he was big in our hearts. So
yeah.
All right.
Number 21 on the field. Number 1 in my heart.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to receiver, which this guy was brought up before by Liam. I believe maybe it was last episode, maybe the episode before, where it's like, you're looking at some of these teams and you're like, Brady was throwing a who? Who is this guy? Another Colt, I believe. Well, not I believe he was.
Yeah, he's on my list too.
He should be on everybody's list. I remember he had the 2 armbands, 2 black armbands, small little white guy. Give me Austin Collie. He was. I know who you're thinking about too, Al.
I don't know who you're thinking about, Al.
Not that guy. 6 catches for 63 yards. Spectacular. Just one of the guys where Austin Collie, when he was with the Colts, great. He had about 60 catches every year, around 600 yards all the time. Great little spark plug outlet there for the Colts. But yeah, he came to New England. Very, very unspectacular, obviously.
Except for the one game you were at, Mike.
Except for that game, the Kembrell Tompkins game. But
Should be the Austin Collie game. He was
It should be the
phenomenal.
Austin Collie game. Yeah, my bad. That's where he probably had all 6 of those catches. But
yeah, it literally was. And then I think he got a career-ending concussion 2 games later.
Yeah. That was his last year, 2013. But yeah, Austin Collie, another one where not a big name. That's just one of the ones where you're like, I can't believe. I just can't believe that Austin Collie played on the Patriots. Like, talk about just like the random like trivia where it's like Austin Collie played 5 years in the NFL, 4 for the Colts and 1 for this AFC team. Who was it? I guarantee you that nobody would know that. Or so many people would be like, who the Austin? I don't know. Who did he go to? The Broncos? Did he follow Manning? That like, I don't know what happened. No, the New England Patriots. Austin Collie, my 4th round pick. That's who I'm taking.
He's a beast. Don't blame me one bit.
Boom. Al, back-to-back last picks. Here we go.
All right.
You got your 4th and your 5th. Who you got?
4th round pick from the University of Washington. 4-time Pro Bowler. Super Bowl 39 champ. Was a Cincinnati Bengal and then came over and helped the running game for the New England Patriots. It is none other than Corey Dillon.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Because he was
Corey Dillon,
good.
2004 to 2006, 3 years with the Patriots, won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's just a huge name where it's like I can't, like, especially at the time, problem child coming from Cincinnati, kind of like the first few, and it's like just can't believe Corey Dillon played here, like such a good player. Like the Patriots do get some really good players that come through. Corey Dillon's one of them. Yep.
He's like the Randy Moss equivalent for like running backs that have come to the Patriots. Like it was like, oh my God, we got a star. Not like incredible production with the Patriots, but still very good. And obviously he was a stud, made it to the Super Bowl and whatnot. He was so good on the Bengals. And then like he was kind of like second fiddle on the Patriots because it was mostly a passing league or a passing team for the most part. But
but no, that's a good one. That's another one where you might look back and people might forget, just maybe because it was so long ago and just because it was for such a short amount of time.
We won a Super Bowl with Antoine Smith. No one was paying attention to our running backs back then.
This is very true.
But yeah, Corey Dillon, that's a good one. That's he was on my list. I'm taking him off. Good pick.
Wasn't even on my list.
Bam. All right, last pick, Al. Or last pick for you. Last pick for you. Yes, sir. A lot of names out here still.
Listen, I've taken 4 offensive guys. I got to take a defensive guy, and I have to take.
Wait, are we doing 5 picks or 7?
5.
We're doing 5.
Oh,
I was joking.
I thought we were doing 7.
We'll do.
I was joking about the 7.
Damn, I totally thought we were doing 7. I fucked up.
We got honorable. Yeah, you wouldn't have took Amos, huh? Amos Zaraway.
Probably not. Damn, dog.
Man, I think he lost the draft with that pick. That's okay though.
No, he's a fantastic player. If you Google his highlights, they're incredible.
Oh my gosh. But the guy that I'm taking, I mean, just an absolute menace on defense. Part of the 90s all-decade team, known as a Charger, played 4 seasons with the Patriots. God rest his soul. Mm-hmm. Give me Junior Seau.
He played 4 seasons with us?
2006 to 2009.
Damn, in my head canon, in my head life, that he played 1 year. That was it. That's crazy.
The Super Bowl year. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. That's the only year that I think, because I remember it was like, you gotta, you want to win it for Junior Seau. Like that's what people were saying. It's like, we want to get him a ring. 4 years. No shit.
Yeah. No 4 years in the Patriots.
Yeah. No, he will be remembered as a Charger though, obviously. But
of course.
But yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking he wasn't on my list. He wasn't on my list. Wait, was he on my list? No, he wasn't on my list. Damn. Good pick. Liam, you're pondering over there.
I'm stressing. But I'm gonna make a splash with this last pick.
Okay, good.
It might be an offensive splash, but it'll be a splash.
Good. Okay, good.
I think if it's who you're going with, well done. If it's who I think you're going with, well done.
All right, well, I think.
I don't think it is. In fact, I think he'll shame this pick, but I think it's top tier.
Oh boy.
Good pick, Al. Good pick. Okay. Wait, hold on. I gotta cross Austin Collie off because I
totally thought we were doing 7. I fucked up.
Okay. So I'm thinking, like, do I? Okay, I got a running back I can take. I got a couple wide receivers. I got a tight end. but I think what I'm going to take is Michael Bennett, Mr. No Shoulder Pads himself.
Okay.
Michael Bennett. I think he did not finish an entire season with the Patriots, if I remember correctly. I'll tell you right now.
I think he got traded.
Yeah. So he played 6 games, started 1, doesn't mean anything, but 5 tackles, nothing crazy, 4 QB hits. I will always remember him as the defensive lineman who just refused to wear shoulder pads, it looked like. Remember that? He had like, didn't he wear like punter shoulder pads or something like that? So he'd have like smaller things on there. Yeah. So
he would always go with the sleeveless, so he'd roll them up.
Yep. Yeah, always looking like just looking like
I forgot he was on the team too. I only think of him on the Seahawks, but him and Marty were on the same team.
That to me is a true, like, I completely forgot he was on the team because I know obviously his brother played here, and I was like, all right, that's a good pick. So a lot of people forget about Martellus Bennett, and I don't think you're gonna pick Martellus Bennett, Liam, so I'll throw him out there. But yeah, Michael Bennett though. Give me the other Bennett. So that's who I'm taking. All right, Liam. Final pick.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
This one's gonna offend some people, but I love him. He's a terrible human being. He's currently serving a 14-year sentence right now. He is a rapist on and off the field. Raped defenses. Just
he's on my list too. Shit.
Yep. And this is just a personal favorite. He went to me and Al's favorite school, the U. I was a huge fan. Loved him on the Jets. He was incredible on the Bucs. The Patriots signed him. He put up a whopping 1 catch for 12 yards. I still couldn't believe he was on the team. Kellen Winslow, baby.
Yep.
Son of greatness. Yep. Kellen Winslow was an awesome fucking tight end back in the day. Yep. I loved him. I was so hyped for him to be on the Patriots. He just didn't do shit. And like I said, obviously a terrible human being, but damn, that guy could ball. I still watch his highlights plenty. He was just a bruiser. Give me Kellen Winslow, baby. Fucking rapist.
That's a good one. That's a, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be if that'd be the word I'd be touting here, but okay, yeah, good list.
I'm not saying it with pride, but like he really could rape a defense.
Good shit. So we'll go into honorable mentions. Let me just read out everybody's shit. Al, Cam Newton, Chad Ochocinco, Steven Jackson, Corey Dillon, and Junior Seau. Myself, Antonio Brown, Reggie Wayne, Albert Hainsworth, Austin Collie, and Michael Bennett. Liam, James Harrison, John Lynch, Algie Crumpler, Amos Zeraway,
there we go,
and Kellen Winslow.
Star pick. I think I'm winning this.
I think you have a very interesting list. You have a very interesting list.
As long as we don't have any bias toward people who hate criminals, I think this is a slam dunk. The person, because I know that we have a bunch of honorable mentions, so we're gonna throw those out there, then dip out. The guy I thought was 1,000% going to get picked and did not get picked. Kind of an obvious one, Joey Galloway.
Oh yeah,
he's at the top of my list too. I was gonna pick him, but I love Joey Galloway.
Right, I feel like everybody did. But he just came here and it was just nothing, nothing.
Only played 3 games and then made it 7 games into the season. Was inactive for 2 or 3 of those games, then got cut.
Yep. Joey Galloway. I mean, I remember him being. Like him signing here, and it was, obviously a long time ago. So I was, a little youngin'. I wasn't as in depth into football at the time. I knew his name because I believe Joey Galloway was. Let me actually look up what Joey Galloway was. It a Disney Channel show? He was on a Disney Channel show or something like that. Fuck, I forget what it is. Shit. I bet. Yes, he was. He was IMDb. He's got to have something. Oh shit! What the fuck was it? I'll have to find it, and when I have, I'm just gonna yell it out. But yeah, Joey Galloway, I liked him. I think he was just mentioned on like some fucking Lizzie McGuire show or some shit in Disney Channel.
Lizzie
like,
McGuire,
this is
that was
good.
a show back in the day.
Lizzie McGuire, Hillary Duff, my number one, my first celebrity crush of all time.
Oh yeah,
weird one.
But yeah, Joey Galloway, obviously a couple other people. I had the kicker that I had, because I know I probably got some overlap with you guys. Mike Nugent, the long time, Bengal guy. Remember he came over in 2019 for a little bit there.
That's right.
Yeah, that was your kicker.
Yeah, no, I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, like that's completely forgot that he was here. But yeah,
he was a beast.
Yeah, no, Mike Nugent 2019 was just here for 1 year. But yeah, I got a couple other ones, but what else do you guys have?
Oh, I got a whole list.
Yeah, I got an absurd amount.
All right, list them off. I'm sure we got overlaps. I'll just shout out which ones I have.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Randy Moss, just because I love Randy Moss.
Yeah, that's a slam dunk.
Darrell Revis.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Long.
Chris Long was on my list. Yep. Chris Long was on my list.
Ted Washington.
Yeah.
Ted Washington. So I always get, and like I said, I know it's not fair, I always get Ted Washington and Albert Hainsworth mixed up.
Understandable.
Yeah, both just giant men, but just two very different levels of play. Two very different levels of play, though. But yeah, Ted Washington. Yep.
A little bit of a throwback here. Doug Flutie.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, I had him on there too, and I was like, oh, you know what? Like, should I have him? Should I add him? Because like Doug Flutie is kind of kick. I don't like that. That was almost too mainstream for me. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
To sound a little bit, to sound a little cool there. But
let's see.
But yeah, Doug Flutie's a good one. Randy Moss is a really good one too. Like that's Randy Moss, I think, is like the ultimate, like, can you believe that Randy Moss was on the Patriots? And it's one of those things where it's like it played out exactly how you thought it would play out.
Oh yeah.
They broke records. Like they went undefeated for the regular season. Like it's just incredible.
When every Patriots fan is talking in the preseason, they're like, the best wide receiver, the best quarterback, they're going to break every record. And it never turns out that way, except for this one time where it did.
Justin Bethel.
Yeah.
Justin Bethel I did not have on here, but that's a big one. Yep, I forgot.
Justin Bethel.
Yep.
Liam's boy, Demir Bird.
Yep. I can't believe he was on the Patriots. They have a thing with signing terrible receivers.
That's a good one. Yep.
The 2008 hero, Matt Castle.
Yes.
More. I don't know. Something about Matt Castle.
I still can't believe
I didn't put him on.
He had such a great quarterback, and he just didn't start them.
I actively took him off my list. I was like, fuck him. I'm not going to put him on.
You're a hater.
Philip Dorsett.
Yep, of course.
Love Philip Dorsett. Love me some Philip Dorsett.
Now, before I say this next one, I have a question that goes along with it. When you guys were younger, did you watch Saved by the Bell?
No, I did not.
No,
I did not.
So you never saw the college years?
No.
So you're not going to know it, but I'll say the name anyway. Bob Golick?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
You got to look him up.
I'm the old guy too. I should have watched it.
He's a terrible actor.
Well, you guys are both old guys. You don't know Amos Saraway, so clearly.
Listen over here. Listen.
I mean, if you ask like 99% of people, you're not going to know that.
Most people will know Amos.
That is a blatant falsehood. Damon Heward.
Damon Heward. Yep.
Yes,
I remember.
He sucked.
Not great.
Except at imitating Peyton Manning, he was great.
He was really good at
that. Cody Kessler.
Yep, that's a funny one.
I forgot he was on it. That's legend. One I actually forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. Curtis Martin.
Yeah, I could never forget.
I always forget that Curtis Martin was on the team. Always. Didn't even have him on here because I forgot him.
This one, another old timer, but he was part of the 85 Bears championship team on that defense. Steve McMichael, Mongo.
Yep. I didn't have him on the list, but as I was kind of looking through, I was like, oh yeah, shit. Yep. That's a big one.
Let's see. Mohamed Sanu.
Yes, I had him. That was a weird one.
I actively try to forget that he was on the team.
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Yeah.
My last true old timer, a coach that the Patriots came back and beat in the playoffs in 2005, Marty Schottenheimer.
Yep. Yeah, I saw his name.
Marty.
There's another coach. There's another coach that should be on the list, Cliff Kingsbury. I'll say his name. He was on the Patriots. Yeah. But yeah, no, Marty Schottenheimer. Yeah, that's another one that I don't even think of. I don't even think up until right now. I've only thought about that like 3 times in my life.
What's that Eminem lyric? I'm sure Mike knows it. Cursing at your players worse than Marty Schottenheimer.
That was my first introduction to him, and I was like, this guy has a weird name. And I was playing like Madden like 6 months later, and I was like, oh, he knew. He knew. How did he do this?
I only got a couple more, so I'll fire off these last 4.
Yeah, throw him out. Keep Talib.
Never forget. Yep. I have a shrine to him in my closet.
Adalius Thomas.
Fucker. He was on my list. He was so good on the Ravens and wasn't good on the Patriots.
So bad on the Patriots.
Yeah.
The guy that I thought Mike was going to take when he took Austin Collie, Eric Decker.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Fuck that guy.
Yep. Complete. He's on my list. I always forget. He's another one like Austin Collie, Reggie Wayne. Where I'm like, oh shit, they were here for a little bit.
Never good.
And the last one that I had was Vinny Testaverde.
As we sit right now, I forgot he was on the Patriots. Like I still don't even remember in my head that he was on there.
I adore Vinny Testaverde. I made a slideshow on YouTube of Vinny Testaverde. I'll send you guys it. It's the best video in the world. It's incredible. I'll send it to you guys after this. He's the man, and obviously he went to the U, so he's got.
I feel like we need that video. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. Cliff Kingsbury. I only got a couple, and then Liam. I know you have a bunch. I can't fucking wait to hear yours. Did anybody say Fred Taylor?
Nope.
Fred Taylor was on there. Cliff Kingsbury, as I said. Sean Springs.
Fuck, I should have taken Fred Taylor. I love Sean Springs.
Loved Sean Springs. Not really good here. But loved Sean Springs. Loved playing with him in Madden. He was really good returning kicks. Demarius Thomas, RIP, by the way. Mike Nugent, I said him. Scott Chandler. Completely forget that he was around for like a year. Like that was a weird time. And then one I don't know if you guys remember, Andre Carter.
I remember.
Yes.
Yeah, he had the burn. The terrifying man. I'd put him up there with like Brian Dawkins and James Harrison as like the scariest football players I've ever
His son's going to be a first round pick this year. He's a monster.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's even like a 10th as intimidating as his dad. Who else you got on yours?
On mine?
Yeah. I can't.
All right. Well, it's pretty extensive, so I'll go through the tight ends first.
Amos.
Kyle Brady, the Brady to Brady connection.
Oh my
God, Brady. I used to love him on the Jaguars, and then the Patriots signed him. I was like, this is going to be hilarious. I can hear the announcers now.
Brady to Brady. Nope.
I had the man we traded Logan Mankins for, Tim Wright, who had 6 touchdowns in that. I think he only played like Tim 11 games.
For no reason.
He was always open in the end zone.
He looked like he would be such a good player.
And he was only okay, but I loved him dearly.
Yep.
And then this is the guy that I was going to pick over Kellen Winslow because he had better production and he wasn't a terrible human being. But I just didn't like him as much as I loved Kellen Winslow. Scott Chandler. Yeah. You guys remember how good he was on the Bills? And then he was pretty fucking good on the Patriots, I mentioned
too. Real quick, too. He was one of the ones. He killed the Patriots. Then he came over here and it was like,
He was Gronk's backup. He had 23 catches, 259 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then a career-ending knee injury.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the man. And then Dwayne Allen, also from the Colts.
Dwayne Allen, slowest man I've ever seen, though.
Yeah, but he caught nothing but touchdowns. I remember I had him in fantasy a bunch of years. He was a stud.
Yep.
And then if you guys don't know Amos Zarano, you might not know this guy, but he was a legend. Also the coolest name I've ever heard. Obviously, everyone's familiar with Air Jordan, blah, blah, blah. This is the better Jordan. Instead of Air Jordan, Ground Jordan. Lamont Jordan.
I heard the name.
I know the name. Yeah. I honestly thought that you were going to say Jonas Gray, that legend, but that's not who you
Ground said, Jordan Lamont all day.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone called Ground Jordan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. He was incredible. He was the greatest of all time on the ground. He played eight games in 2008 and scored against his former team, the Raiders. I also had, all right, guys, this little public service announcement here. The fullback position is at dire risk. People are dying out there. There are no longer any fullbacks in the game. People are not including them in their offense. And I'm asking you to help me change this. Anything you can donate would be greatly appreciated to this cause. There are very capable fullbacks out there that just don't get a shot right from the beginning. Really, really underprivileged. And we had the greatest receiving fullback ever. This dude had more catches than Shannon Sharp, Marshall Faulk, and Michael Irving, all as a fullback. Make fullbacks great again. Winning his first and only Super Bowl in his only year in New England in 2001, Larry Centers.
Okay.
Anyone remember Larry Centers? He was on the Cardinals. He was a monster. Yeah. So I had him. I had Tim Dwight, the old special team stud from the Chargers.
Yep.
Andre Davis, another special team stud from the Browns. He's tied with 12 other players for the longest touchdown in history, with our longest receiving touchdown with 99 yards. He had 2 kick return touchdowns in a single game, tied with 9 other guys as well. Joey Galloway, J.J. Stokes, played 8 years with the 49ers. Yep.
No.
Yeah, he was on the Patriots. Had 3 catches.
Shit.
They cut him mid-season, re-signed him before the AFC Championship game, and he won the Super Bowl.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Completely forgot about J.J. Stokes.
Monster. I loved him. And then Dante Moncrief was on the team when Cam Newton was.
Yep.
I loved him.
He was, wasn't he? Oh, that was a weird. That whole year was crazy.
Very, very strange. Even though Cam Newton was our Lord and Savior, it was a strange year. His Patriot stats are dynamic. 1 catch for 15 yards, 1 rush for 4 yards, and a 53-yard punt return.
The man can do it all. The man
really
can do it all.
Very well-rounded. So, I also had a running back duo of Mike Gillisley and Jeremy Hill.
Yeah, Mike Gillisley. That's a throwback.
I forgot about both of them. And I love both of them. I thought they were going to be so much better. I love Jeremy Hill.
Yeah,
I think because I
got buried behind the
goat. Was good.
You're not going to play ahead of James White, so none of them really had a shot.
No, that makes sense. Oh my god, Mike Gillisley! I forgot about Mike Gillisley.
He used to torch the Patriots when he was on the Bills.
That's what Belichick did. Players who played well against him was like, all right, come over here, and then some of them couldn't hack it like Reggie Wayne, and some of them just kind of sat around.
Like it'd be like that. It's a demanding place. I also had Michael Floyd, as everyone else probably did. I'm sure.
Floyd,
4 catches, 42 yards, 1 dynamic touchdown, one more dynamic block. Ripping that pussy. And then to round out my list, I had like the preseason cuts that never really got a shot, never really did anything, but they were fun to watch in the preseason. Start off with Demaryius Thomas. His fucking touchdown against the Giants was dope.
Yep.
Jordan Matthews, former Eagle great, and apparently he's still on the 49ers. I had no idea.
That's a fact. That can't be. He must be dead. It must just be the corpse
I thought
of Jordan Matthews.
He's literally number 88. He's still on the team. He moved to tight end, but yeah, he's still on the team. Oregon Ducks, great. All-time great. The running back Kenyon Barner, he was on the Patriots.
Yep.
I remember
I remember thinking he would be sick. The man who caught Peyton Manning's last touchdown pass also got cut in the preseason for us, Benny Fowler.
Some of these people, there's no way.
I told you, I dug deep. When I said I had 60 players, I wasn't lying. My list is fucking huge, but this is the end of it here. Corey Coleman, I don't know, he had that one sick year on the Browns.
Yep.
Yeah, he was on there. Mike's fucking baffled right now. And then, of course, I had that jackass Eric Decker. And then, the most irrelevant cut of all time, but I loved him, Monty Ball. Beat his girlfriend, got cut in the first week of preseason.
So you guys will learn this about me. My memory is so bad where I don't know why. I don't know if it's because like I just maybe like subconsciously just so much like I had like the most traumatic life in the world and I just actively like forgot it. But some of these names you're saying, it's like you know when you're walking in the mall and someone like spritzes you with perfume, I'm getting that fucking everywhere. Like memories. I'm like,
I literally just thought of another one.
Who?
I'm surprised we didn't say this. Tim Tebow.
Oh my god!
No way. We did have Tebow.
Oh my god!
How do I fuck that up? I bought tickets to every preseason home game so I could see Tebow. I bought a jersey and then he got cut.
Jesus himself.
Yeah.
No way. Oh my god.
I was so fired up. That's a missed opportunity. I can't believe I didn't pick Timothy Tebow.
Oh, he would have been on. Oh yeah. Tebow would have been on the list. That is fucking insane.
Good fucking thinking.
No, and then obviously Josh Gordon, we brought him up. No one
Yeah.
talked about him. That's another one of those huge names where it's like, they just let us have Josh Gordon, and then he just didn't want to play. Yeah, he was good. I just remember the one touchdown where it was like the thing where he caught like in the end zone. It was like a weird like reach around type of a catch. It was good. Tim fucking Tebow, man. I am the most upset I've been on this podcast that we haven't didn't pick Tim Tebow.
I'm furious.
Damn.
Fuck.
Shit. All right. Well, we'll have to have a podcast strictly dedicated to Tim Tebow then.
Yeah, we do.
He
was kind of good.
Listen, he beat the Steelers in the playoffs. That's all that,
I would have signed him to a max contract.
That's all anybody ever thinks. But damn, Tim Tebow. So, okay. Great episode. I don't know what our topic's going to be next week. We'll think about it. We'll tweet it out from the Tuck Rule Takes Twitter account, and we'll go from there. Obviously, these lists will be up here tomorrow. So as you're listening to this, they'll be up there now. So go vote, see whose list is the best. See if you like Amos Zaraway.
Everyone does.
Let everybody.
You have to put a poll out and say, "Does anyone remember Amos Zaraway?"
I will do. I'll do it as we speak. I'll start to type it up. I got to look at how to spell his name again because I definitely didn't spell it right when I wrote it down here. So all right, yeah, Amos Zaraway. So for Amos Zaraway, Liam, Al, I'm Mike. This was Tuck Rule Takes episode 70. See you guys next week with another draft, and hopefully some shit happens.
Sweet. Amos.
Sweet.